Mortal Kombat 11 Combat League can be a fun and rewarding way to level up, get online experience, and win awesome looking skins and gear for some of your favorite characters. However, Combat League is plagued with players that try to exploit characters' cheapest moves in order to get free wins to level up. We are going to take a deep dive into these players' minds to find the best way to neutralize their spams and completely destroy them. And who better to teach you than Mortal Kombat 11's leading expert in destroying spammers. This series will cover some of the most abused moves and characters in Mortal Kombat 11, and will show you how to beat them. So without any further ado, let's get to it. How's it going, guys? Like always, I am Scruffy, and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Mortal Kombat 11 How to Beat Spammers. And this week, I decided to combine two characters into one episode, mostly because the main problem with these two characters that people deal with their spamming is a very similar move, and that is the Shaolin monks, Liu Kang and Kung Lao. That's right, we have Liu Kang, one of the characters that have been carrying scrubs online since this game started, and Kung Lao, the character that treats the floor like it's lava. We're going to go over each of these characters one by one, go over their movesets, and like always, show you how to beat them. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright, to start things off, we'll be going over Liu Kang's forward 3-4 up 4. I see a lot of Liu Kang spammers smash this move like their lives depend on it. If they complete the string, it's +4 on block, and it's completely safe for them. The amount of pushback allows them to start this string up right again. And it only takes 11 frames to start up. This move is also scary because there's a crushing blow attached to it. And that's why a lot of Liu Kang players will mash this move, because they're hoping for that crushing blow. If you notice though, there is a sizable gap between the third hit and the fourth hit. This gap allows you to punish with your character's fastest move. It doesn't even have to be a mid. Whatever your character's fastest move is will interrupt the string. The other option is to poke them out of it, but it's better to go with your fastest attack, because then you can special cancel into a full combo, and you can get 30 plus damage, just because they wanted to finish a string. However, some Liu Kangs are smart enough to special cancel this move before that gap, most notably into his Dragon Parry or Low Fireball. If they cancel the Low Fireball, just block the first hit and neutral duck the second if they amplify. That's something easy enough to practice and learn how to punish. If they cancel into the parry, however, any attack that's not a low will get caught, and you'll get punished for it. That includes a D1 or D2, so if you try and poke them out of it, you're going to get hit with that parry attack. So if you know your opponent is going to cancel into a parry, you can either use a low attack to punish or disrupt it, like a down 3 or down 4, which are lows, a jumping attack, or you can wait for the recovery, which takes 18 frames. So plenty of times to punish. And we'll lead right into the parry with this. So you can beat this attack with a low, a jump in, or just wait for the recovery. This is probably one of the weakest parries because of how long it takes to recover versus, let's say, Scarlets, Jades, or Kanos, each of which have really fast recovery times, so it's almost impossible to punish on recovery. However, Liu Kang's does have a crushing blow to it if you wake up attack, so I just suggest never wake up attacking a Liu Kang. Lastly is Liu Kang's Dragon Fire and Dragon Gift move. A Liu Kang must activate Dragon Fire first before they can even use Dragon Gifts, and Dragon Gifts is the most abused move by Liu Kang spammers. This move is a 50-50 mix-up between a low and an overhead, and it's almost impossible to guard against on react. Your only option is to hope you guess correctly. If you do guess correctly, you usually don't have enough time to punish it before they use the move again, and you're stuck in a guessing loop. That is until now. The best way to beat this move is to jump straight up the second you see the Liu Kang teleport. This will allow you to avoid every option, even the overhead. That's right, just jump. And from here, you can punish with a jump 3 or 4 into a special move, or a jump 1 into a full combo. This is a neat trick I learned from True Underdog Gaming, and it's helped me beat a lot of Liu Kang spammers on mine. Yeah. And we're not going to go into his fireballs at all, because they usually only whip up those fireballs when they're zoning, and zoning is pretty easy to beat with projectile parries or teleports. So there's no real reason to really go into depth with those ones at this moment. Next up is Kung Lao. We'll talk about his teleport first, since that's another 50-50 mix-up like Liu Kang's. This mix-up, however, is between a grab and an overhead.
There are other move options with this teleport, but I mainly see spammers use the grab in the overhead. Kung Lao can also delay this teleport, so it's always a guessing game on when they'll pop out of the ground, and then if they'll use an overhead or a grab. Now, the main way to deal with this move is just disrupt it. You won't be able to punish it, you'll mostly just have to disrupt it. And to do this, just mash down one. Yep, you heard me right. Fight that spam with a spam. Just mash down one. This will work against both the regular and the delayed teleport. Because the teleport comes out of the ground, and Kung Lao can't attack until he's in the air, they'll have to pass through your down one, and they'll get knocked down, giving you time to reset. Another option is to backdash away from it. That doesn't always work with avoiding the attacks. Next is Kung Lao's dropkick. Whenever Kung Lao is in the air, you should be scared. This move only takes 4 frames to start up, has a crushing blow attached to it, and is armor breaking. The only downside to this move is that it has a decently long recovery window, so if you block it, you can punish their character's fastest move. There are a couple ways to punish this move, however. Number 1 is to flawless block it if you know it's coming. Then you can flawless attack and do a combo punish. This is the worst option I feel though, because it will be very tough to pull off online, and it costs both a defensive and offensive bar, and you get less than 20% damage for it. That's a lot of work for not a lot of reward. Number 2 is to use anti-airs. This will work most of the time, however, you still will get caught by the Kung Lao because of those 4 frames of startup. Lastly, you can just stand block this move. If your Kung Lao spammer is predictable and you know when they're going to use this move, just stand block, and you'll be able to get a full combo punish off of them. I also suggest just never trying to jump in the air to challenge a Kung Lao, because you'll lose that battle every time. Next, we'll go over Kung Lao's Buzzsaw move. This move frustrates me more than any other move in this entire game. I've lost to so many Kung Laos that just spam this move over and over. It's a mid-projectile that can be directed when amplified, so there's no way to avoid it except by blocking. And if your Kung Lao amplifies it, they can move around on you while you're stuck blocking, so they can walk up and grab you while you're stuck trying to block this Buzzsaw. And if you try and punish it, that Buzzsaw is going to hit you. However, there are 2 really good moves to punish Buzzsaw. That's Nightwolf's Reflector and Noob Shadow Slide. The Reflector works best if they don't amplify the move, and the Shadow Slide works best if they do. Now, there are a bunch of videos out on YouTube on how to punish this Saw with every character. These are just the 2 best ways that I found on how to deal with it. Lastly, is dealing with a Kung Lao that likes to jump around like crazy. Kung Lao players always act like the floor is lava, and they spend most of their time in the air. Mainly due to that jump down 2 attack we discussed earlier. This gets super annoying because it's pretty difficult to punish someone who's always jumping around. And down 2 will miss if they're jumping around you, which will lead to you getting punished for it. The best way I found to deal with people who like to jump in general is just use a stand point. This move is a high and will knock a jumper out of the air, and you can combo into it and get at least 25% because of it. Now Noob and Johnny are the best stand ones in the game, in my opinion, and are the best characters for dealing with jumpers. Overall, I really like Baraka for dealing with Likang and Kung Lao spammers. His low startups deal with parries, and his 1-1-2 is a great way to full combo punish both Likang and Kung Laos that try to spam you. Whenever I see an opponent pick either of these characters, I usually counterpick with Baraka. Now that's all I have for this week's episode of How to Beat Spammers. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you out, make sure to spam that like button, spam that subscribe button, and click the bell notification if you want to be the first to see these episodes of How to Beat Spammers when they release. If I missed something, make sure to comment below, and also comment who you want to see featured in next week's episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.